The issue is the legalization of marijuana. Since the 1930s, marijuana has been illegal in the United States. Since then, many attempts have been made to legalize it, either for personal or medical usage. Legislative branch. H.R. 2943, dubbed the Personal Use of Marijuana by Responsible Adults Act, is a bill that would decriminalize the possession and use of, at most, 3.5 ounces of marijuana. If it passes Congress, then the bill will be sent to the White House. Executive branch. At this point, the bill will now either be signed or vetoed by the President. If it is vetoed, then it will be sent back to Congress. From there, the veto could be overridden by a 2/3 majority vote. If it is approved by the President, then it will become law. Judicial branch. Policy of judicial review will allow the Supreme Court to review the bill, and they will decide if it is in compliance with the U.S. Constitution. If for some reason it contradicts the Constitution, then the Supreme Court could declare the law unconstitutional and have it overturned. Checks and balances and the separation of powers. In conclusion, this shows how each part of the government has a role in the legalization of marijuana. This shows the separation of powers in our government. The fact that one of the three branches could prevent a law that the other two have already approved shows the checks and balances in our government.
Responsibly, kind of like with alcohol. Well, there is a new push by lawmakers to legalize the illegal drug for users, not abusers. A new proposal been announced in Congress to end federal penalties for anybody who's carrying fewer than 100 grams of pot. It's about 3.5 ounces or so. Let's talk about it with one of the proposal's supporters, Republican Congressman from Texas, Ron Paul. Also, you know him from the race for president. Congressman, good to see you. As your colleague Barney Frank said, the chances of this thing passing are not high, if you get the joke. What's the aim here if this thing isn't going to pass?
Well, my aim is always to promote freedom and the Constitution, and an issue like this is just has no value to have the federal police going out and trying to find people who might be smoking. Before 1938, the federal government wasn't even involved. So I would think that the states can handle things like this, and the whole notion that we regulate and prosecute people for things that some other people think is a vice, I just don't see any purpose in this. I thought we learned our lesson about what prohibition did in the early part of the last century. There's no value to it. It wastes a lot of money and causes a lot of trouble. And what do? We end up with laws like this that prohibit sick people from using marijuana where they can get benefit. We literally, the federal government overrides state laws and arrests people who are sick and getting some benefit from marijuana, and they're dying with cancer or AIDS. It makes no sense at all.